Namaste, everyone. Today, we have met after a long time, and this is a spiritual program which is meant to lift your spirits and make sure that amidst all the negativity that is surrounding us right now, is there a way to stay positive? Can we really, control our thoughts and make us think positively? What is success according to us and what it actually should be? So today's program is a program which I have taken from a very famous book by Deepak Chopra. The name of the book is 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. Now, to make everyone, focused and stay focused in the session, what I will do is I will be, putting everyone on mute so that we do not get disturbed by background music or anyone's background noise. So let me just put everyone on mute and then I'll start the session. Okay. Once you have a question, you can put that in the chat box. And I'll lift the question from the chat box and try to answer your queries once we have covered the part. I'll try to cover the entire thing in just 1 hour. So already, are you all set? So before I just put you on mute, I would, request every one of you to just come on the cam once and just make me feel that I'm not talking with the blank screen. Yeah, good enough. And then we'll move to the PPT and then you can turn your cameras off. So I'll very
Namaste, sir.
The faces.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, namaste.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, everyone.
Namaste,
Good
sir.
evening, sir.
Namaste, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. So request to all the participants to come on the camera just for once, and then you go back to your hideout. I've got 3 pages. Page 2, people like...
Good evening, sir.
Just to check whether students are there or not.
Yeah, in a way. Actually, that gives me the energy to go forward, like when I see the live faces really transmit a lot of energy. And when I see blank names, iPhone written on that or some name written, I really wonder if people are there behind the screen or they are busy somewhere cooking food and just it's on. Right, so I won't delay any further. What I'll do is I'll start with my screen sharing, which will be enabling you to understand the things better. So this is the book that I was referring to, 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. And as I said, put your messages in the chat box whenever you want to add something or you want to ask something. Now, just before I start, let me just check your fingers are moving or not. How many of you have read the book? If you have read the book, type read in the chat box and let me know that you have read it. Let me check the chat box. Okay, no one has read it. Good. Only one, Indrani Guha says read. Okay, fine. Irrespective of the book we have read or not, this book is something that you can read over and over. And every time you read, you interpret that in a whole new way, right? So I'll just check if my recording is in progress. Yes, it is. I'll be sharing this on YouTube as well. So the first thing is, what is success? That we need to understand. And when I mean spirituality, I do not talk about spirituality the way you are, used to understanding spirituality. Spirituality for me is not, going to any ashram or going to the Himalayas to practice it. Spirituality is something that you should be able to practice right from your home, right now where you are, and wherever you go, whatever you do, spirituality should be the basis of everything that you do in your life or whatever you think. So it is not a separate concept altogether, which you need to do or practice after your, your days of work or active days are gone, you are retiring. Spirituality is not for that. Spirituality is for people who are super active, very, very active. Spirituality is for them in particular. So what is laws of success? What is success according to you? So continued expansion of happiness and realization of worthy goals. So you should have worthy goals. A continued expansion of your happiness is success. And achieving your worthy goals. What is achieving worthy goals? You need to set your goals. What is worthy and what is not worthy, that understanding you will come to later on. But understanding this thing very clearly, that happiness is, or success is, an expansion of your happiness. Ability to fulfill our desires effortlessly. So when your desires are fulfilled, and that too effortlessly, we say that is success, right? So if you are struggling too much to get what you want, that is success as well. I'm not denying the fact that if you struggle and you get what you reach, what you are supposed to, that's also success. But when you are effortlessly getting what you are desiring, what you want to fulfill, your desires, these things, if you get effortlessly, that is success. Spiritually, success is our ability to co-create with the universe efficiently and without effort. So, co-create with the universe. So the universe is always busy creating something, right? We know that 3 laws of universe are there: creation, the destruction, and the maintenance. So the law of universe is such that it will create new things. And you are an instrument that can be a part of that creation as well. So when you co-create with the universe efficiently, what happens? You taste success. So success is something when you co-create with the universe. You don't need to go against the forces of nature, against the forces of universe. You co-create along with the universe. It is effortless, it is efficient, and then you taste what is success in real sense. Source of all achievements is, the ancient sages of India believed that spirit lies at the source of all achievement in life. Spirit is defined as pure potentiality, which is unmanifest consciousness. So if you and me try to understand who are you and who am I, I'm not going into the depth of that discussion because I have covered that in a few talks that I had, in the last few months, that who you really are. Is this body that it's you, or it's the mind that you are? It's not that. You are neither the body, you are not the mind. You are nothing but pure consciousness, the pure awareness. You are someone who is right now happening. So existence is not about the past or about the future. Existence is all about being here and right now. So being here and right now, if you relish every moment that is happening to you right now, every breath that you take, that is pure joy, pure happiness, bliss. Because there is nothing more in your control than the present. So you are nothing but an unmanifest consciousness. Our desires are manifestations of unmanifest consciousness. So whatever that comes to us, our minds, the desires, the wills, the wishes, all these are manifestations of the unmanifest consciousness, because the consciousness cannot be manifested. The consciousness is existent, but it's like electricity, You cannot catch hold of it. You cannot touch it. It does not have a body. So when you are pure consciousness, the consciousness is unmanifest, the desires and your wishes are manifested through your thoughts, through your mind. So that is nothing but manifestations of the unmanifest consciousness. By practicing, the 7 spiritual laws align us with nature's intelligence, and our desires are easily fulfilled. So these 7 spiritual laws of success that I'm going to talk about, if you align yourself with these laws of nature, then what will happen? Your desires will get fulfilled easily, effortlessly, efficiently. So this is the very special thing about these 7 spiritual laws of success. And once you know these spiritual laws of success, you are enlightened to a great extent. It's not about just understanding at the level of the intellect. When you really understand that and assimilate that, imbibe that, and practice that, then comes your true realization. There is a difference between understanding and realizing. So you understand, or we understand many things, but unless and until we truly realize, we do not bring it in our lives. So now it depends on you after this 1-hour session, whether you're going to, bring in these practices in your real life and experience what life holds for you, experience real success in your life, or you just want to understand that in the level of the intellect, try to analyze it, criticize it, and forget it. It all depends on you, right? So let's come to the first law of success. It is called the law of pure potentiality. The law of pure potentiality. What is that? It is said that we exist in a state of pure potentiality or pure consciousness, which is the field of infinite creativity and all possibilities. Knowing who we really are gives us the ability to fulfill any dream we have. When we are in harmony with nature, we create a bond between our desires and the power to materialize these desires. Now understand the first para that I just read out for you. We exist in a state of pure potentiality or pure consciousness, which is the field of infinite creativity and all possibilities. So who you are a bundle of possibility. You are a bundle of potentiality. So when you are born in the world, you have come with a gift. You have come with a gift, and that gift was there in your folded fists. The folded fist that you have, every child is born with a folded fist. You'll never see a child born with open fist. But when human beings die, they die with open fist. Why? Because whatever they brought to the earth, to the world, the gift of God, before going away from the world, it's your responsibility to open your hands and give it to the rest of the world. So you are nothing but a potentiality. You are capable of doing the impossible. You are capable of doing everything in the world and anything in the world. Now, when you understand who you really are, then you will be able to understand your potentiality. The moment you understand that, I am just the small being that I see myself as, I'm just a teacher or a school principal or a school coordinator. I have my own limitations. I was not able to get success the way I wanted, or I could not achieve all the things in life that I wanted. I am a person with limitations. The moment you think about these things, your thoughts limit you. And when thoughts limit you, it's mainly because you are restricting to the fact that who you really are. The moment you identify yourself with this body, the moment you identify yourself with all the adjectives that people around you gave you, you stop realizing who you really are. You become what others made you. You become what you think you are, right? So understand this thing, that if you think who you really are, think a little bit more. Think a little bit beyond your body and mind. Try to think that if I am a pure consciousness, which is, a bundle of potentiality, possibility, capable of achieving anything and everything, then no one can limit you. Whatever we call ourselves, it's all about limiting our identity. For example, if I call myself, I am Swarup Dutta, I'm limiting my identity to Swarup Dutta. The moment I call myself, I am a school principal, I'm limiting all my identities to being a school principal. But there are other identities that I have, right? I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a friend to someone. So I'm a son to someone. So all these identities I am restricting when I say that I am a school principal. So whenever you draw a picture of yourself, you cannot draw your picture without closing it out with boundaries. You know, whenever you draw your picture, if I tell you, you draw your picture, you know, a pictorial depiction, what you will do? You will draw a picture which is a boundary. So by drawing a boundary, you are trying to define yourself. So when you're defining yourself by drawing a boundary, how can you open up the potentiality that you really are? Dissolve the boundaries to realize that you are not restricted by the body and the mind. You are pure potentiality. So when you are in harmony with nature, and this is the nature's law of attraction, which I have covered in another session of mine. So when you are in harmony with the nature, you create a bond between your desires and the power to materialize these desires, as if like you are a mobile tower, you know, catching the signal, and whatever thoughts that comes to your mind, it's being, dissipated all around like signals. And these signals are sent to the universe, and whatever goes, it comes back in some form. So what is that form? That form is whatever you are focusing on, whatever you are thinking on, these things are where your energy flows. And wherever your energy flows, that expands. And whatever expands, that materializes in your life. So by just realizing that I'm nothing but a pure potentiality, you give a scope of not limiting yourself by drawing a boundary around you. You are opening yourself up to the entire universe. You are the entire universe. Understand that. There is nothing that can restrict you. So you will ask me, so then how to practice the pure potentiality? So practicing the law of pure potentiality is take time each day to be silent, to connect with your spirit, to just be. I told you everything that is happening now. Everything is in the present. So just be. Just do not do anything. Drop whatever you are doing. Take some time each day to be silent and connect with your spirit. Connect with your spirit. Just be silent. Just feel. Just feel. Practice non-judgment. Begin the day with a resolve to not judge anything that occurs. We are all full of judgment, you know. This is happening wrong. That is bad. You know, so many people dying. How can God do this to the world? So all these complaints are something that we are full of. And if you are full of complaint, you are not able to communicate with the spirit, because your entire thought is overshadowed by all these complaints and judgments. So practice being non-judgmental. Do not judge people. Do not judge situations. Do not judge God. Do not judge the forces of nature. So begin every day by being non-judgmental. Commune with nature. Watch a sunset. Listen to the ocean, or simply smell the scent of a flower. When was the last time you actually, went up on your terrace and kept looking at the star-studded sky for at least 15 to 20 minutes? When was the last time that you watched the moon? You know, the different shapes of the moon, the crescent moon or the full moon. When was the last time that this happened? So keep that in mind, you know, you have to give some time every day to look at nature. Wake up in the morning and just look outside your window. What's happening? The trees, the leaves, the birds chirping, whatever you see. So when you do that, and don't be judgmental about it, you know, whatever you see, whatever is happening, just absorb it. Just absorb it. Whenever you're in absorbing mood, your thought is non-judgmental. You are communicating with the nature. And when you're communicating with the nature, it's not the outside that you're communicating with. You are becoming one with the entire universe. And when you become one with the entire universe, you grow. You are not restricted anymore. You can experience that pure potentiality that you are. So by with the nature, by being with the nature, by talking to the nature, being silent in the nature, receiving everything that is happening around you in a non-judgmental way, you are becoming one with the nature. And when you become one with something, then what happens? The nature and the universe is huge, unlimited, right? So you become a part of that unlimited. And when you become the part of that unlimited, you experience what true power is. For example, if you're existing alone, that's one way to look at it. Now you go and mix with a group of 1,000 people. 1,000 people thinking the same way, planning the same way, having a common goal. You feel empowered, don't you? You feel that I have a team of 1,000 people with me. The same phenomenon happens when you become one with the nature. You become one with the nature, you experience yourself as that tremendous force of the universe. You become that tremendous possibility which can do anything and everything. And then what happens? You can really understand that you are pure potentiality. But unfortunately, many people do not have the time for that, They cannot sit in one place and even think for some time. They do not want to listen to the birds. They do not want to spend some time doing nothing. They are so busy doing something or the other that they have forgotten that non-doing is a state of life. And this non-doing is a state of life which can really make you understand and make your life meaningful. It can give you that tremendous power which we are talking about, the pure potentiality. Now we come to the second law of success, the law of giving and receiving. Now, as I told you, I will be covering this entire thing in 1 hour. Every law can go on for days and hours. I can keep explaining every law, for an entire day. Even then the time is less, but I'll try to respect the time limit that we have and try to cover all the 7 laws in this 1 hour and then give you some time to, ask questions. So the second law is the law of giving and receiving. Now understand in this thing very clearly, everything in the universe operates through dynamic exchange. Giving and taking are different aspects of the flow of energy in the universe. If we stop the flow of energy, we interfere with nature's intelligence. If we want love, learn to give love. If we want material affluence, help others to become materially affluent. By our willingness to give that which we seek, we keep the abundance of the universe circulating in our life. Now just understand what this means. The entire world is operating by the concept of giving and receiving. If you don't give, you will not receive. It's a law which says every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So whatever you give, you receive. You give respect, you receive respect. You give love, you receive love. You give hatred, you receive hatred. So that is the way the world operates. And this is the way everything in the universe moves. And you and me cannot change that law because it is not in our control. We can best use this law. Just like we know that the gravity exists, the law of gravity is there. You and me cannot do anything about it, right? We cannot change the law of gravity. But what we can do is we can best use that law of gravity. So by using the law of gravity, there are so many sports that we play. Using the law of gravity, we construct houses. Using the law of gravity, we walk on the surface of the earth. And even using the law of gravity, we have learned how to fly. So all these things we are able to do because we have understood that there is a law of gravity that exists in the earth. Similarly, the law of giving and receiving, if you understand that this law is there, what will you do? You will understand that once you give something, you are getting ready to receive the same thing, So isn't it wonderful that if we stop the flow of energy, we interfere with nature's intelligence. So we cannot interfere with nature's intelligence. I always say my acronym of God is Grand Overall Design. God is not like, Shiva or Jesus or Muhammad, something like that. It's not like that. We see him in different forms. But according to me, God is grand overall design. Grand overall design, the way the universe is being run. And that design you and me cannot change. So if we want to get material affluence, you have to give to others as well. By hoarding money, by holding it to you, you cannot become rich. Only those people become rich who allow the money to flow. It is said that Lakshmi is Chanchala. If we go by Hindu mythology, Lakshmi, we say, is Chanchala. It keeps moving. You cannot keep Lakshmi, chained in one corner of your house. You have to let it go. So how to let that Lakshmi go? You have to let Lakshmi go in proper way by helping others, by, investing in meaningful projects, donating, charity. All these things are the way in which you say to the money, you are releasing the money by telling that money that, here you go, I'm releasing you, and come back with your friends. So when you do that, the money that goes from you and finds that you have released him, you have not tried to cage him down, that money goes and brings a lot of money along with it and brings to you. Because money knows that with this person, we are free. We will travel. So this is what is the law of giving and receiving. And it's not only about materialistic things. It's also about, as I said, the love, the respect, the care. All these things are reciprocated. So how to practice the law of receiving and giving? Give a gift to everyone you encounter. Be it a compliment, a flower, or a prayer. Just give something. It's not important that you give money all the time. It can be a compliment. By just telling someone, you are looking wonderful today, you can really make that person feel great. By just complimenting the person, you can make the person happy for the entire day, and he will remember you. He or she will remember you, his or her entire life. That was a compliment that you gave him. Gratefully receive every gift that life offers you. Be open to receiving, whether it be a material gift, a compliment, or prayer. So you also be receptive to the gifts that life has to offer you. And you never know in what form the gift comes. The gift can be wrapped and you may not be able to see what is inside. But the moment you unwrap that thing, you will find a wonderful present that is there. So why we call it present? Present is now, right? So whatever is happening now, that is present. So whenever you get a gift, it's wrapped up with something. You open the wrappers, you reach the present. So when you unwrap the past, you unwrap the future, you do not have anything else in your mind. When you're focusing only on the now, you can really enjoy the present that is there for you right now. Otherwise, if you're too caught up in the wrapper, that is the past or the present or the future, then you are not focusing on the present. You are engaged with the wrapper. So do not be like that child who is busy with the wrapper and is not opening the wrapper to find out what gift lies inside. So as I said, the present can come wrapped in the package of past, which may be not a good experience, something that you thought on the future. All these things I would recommend. Do not get caught in that. So be open to receiving the gift. Life is offering you a gift. You may not recognize it all the time, but it is a gift for you. Silently wish everyone you meet happiness, joy, and laughter. You need not be vocal about it, You can just silently wish joy, laughter, happiness for everyone. And what happens when you wish? Your brain starts, transmitting the positive thoughts all around. And I told you that whatever goes comes back. So whenever you dissipate or, emanate positive energy, positive thoughts, positive wishes, it will be coming back to you as well. So practicing the law of giving and receiving is very, very important. Give openly, give wholeheartedly, and be ready to receive wholeheartedly as well. That is what the gift is. Life is offering you gift all the time. And that gift is not in the past. That gift is not in the future. It is in the now. And that is why now is also called a gift or present. Keep that in mind. Third law, the law of cause and effect. So as you sow, so you reap. The law of karma. You know, irrespective of what religion it is, Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, you know, anything, Sikhism, you are bound by the law of karma. Every religion believes the law of karma. So what you sow is what you reap. If you want happiness, sow the seeds of happiness. This law of karma implies conscious choice making. When we choose actions that bring happiness and success to others, the fruit of our karma is happiness and success. So it depends on what we really choose. Grand overall design. Whatever is happening is according to a plan, I told you, right? So is there something that is really in our control? Is there something that we can modify? Because everything, if it is happening as per the divine wish, grand overall design or God's wish, then do we really have a role to play? Do we really need to do something to make changes in that? Or whatever is happening, we can just blame on God that this is happening to me and this is God to be blamed, because whatever he is doing, it's his plan. I cannot change it. But there is one thing that is being, you are capable of changing. That is the choice that you make right now. So every time you stand at the junction of something, you are given 2 or 3 choices. What you choose is your karma, and whatever you choose based on that, you will get the effect. So the law of cause and effect is nothing but the choices that you make and the consequences of those choices. So if you chose during the lockdown to sit idle at your home and just despair, cry over things that is happening and be negative, you're going to get the result of that as well. But if you stay positive during this time, you try to be active, you try to be an active contributor, you will get the benefit of that as well. So irrespective of the fact, what exactly is your choice, you will get the benefit accordingly. So how to practice the law of cause and effect? Witness the choices you make in every moment. Be fully conscious of the present. So people who live in the past and the future, they cannot make right choices, because they are so busy with the experiences of the past that they forget that the present comes with a new look every time and with new possibilities. And if you turn down that possibility, if you do not make that choice, that choice may not come to you again. If you read Mahabharata, Arjuna and Karna, they were both valiant warriors. But you know what went wrong with Karna and what went right with Arjuna? It's only one thing, the choice that they made. Arjuna chose Krishna and Karna chose Duryodhana. So when Karna chose Duryodhana, he made a wrong choice. And as a consequence, whatever happened after that, we all know. And because Arjuna chose Krishna, he also got the benefits of his right choice. So witness the choice that you make in every moment. Every moment will give you that time to choose, to make a decision. And if you do not make that decision, then you will be, subject to that consequence of a non-choice or a wrong choice. When you make a choice, ask yourself, what are the consequences of this choice? And will this choice bring happiness to everybody? Now, how to decide your choice is a right choice or a wrong choice? Now, understand this thing very clearly. Whatever you choose, and if it gives happiness to only you and no one else, it's probably a wrong choice. But if it is something that you are choosing, which will give happiness to people around you, to people all around, everyone, not a chosen group, not chosen few, but humanity and the world in general. If you can make a choice depending on, the thought process where you are trying to make the decision which is beneficial for the whole world, that is the right choice. Even if you think for the benefit of a small community, it is not the right choice. And that is the reason, despite people knowing all the Vedas, the Quran, the Bible, they fight with each other in the name of religion. Why do they fight in the name of religion? Because they are restricted to the benefit of a chosen few, a group of people. The moment you start thinking and dissolving that group and making it to a wider group, the entire world, the entire universe, and become a part of the entire universe, you will find no difference between you and a Christian or a Muslim. And then what happens? Whatever decision you take, that decision is based on, a right choice. Ask your heart for guidance and be guided by its message of comfort or discomfort. Go ahead only if the message is comfortable. Your heart will tell you. Your heart never lies. So whenever you will make a choice, even if the mind is clever, the mind will think, yes, I have done this. This is the right thing to do. I should have done this way only. It will give me benefits. It will give my group a lot of benefits. And why shouldn't I think this way? Everyone else thinks. So you can justify your choices many times. But the moment you justify your choice, what you are doing is you are actually cheating your heart. Your heart will tell you, you don't need to justify. Your heart will tell you whether you made the right choice or the wrong choice. You will be comfortable with your choice. And if you are not comfortable with your choice, then you have to understand something is terribly wrong. Something is terribly wrong in the choices that you make, and change that. The fourth law is the law of least effort. Now you see, the sun shines every morning. It rises and sets. The stream flows. The breeze moves. Everything happens in the nature effortlessly. There is no effort, Such a big phenomenon like the sun rising and setting. In other words, the earth rotating and revolving. The entire universe is in motion. Everything is happening effortlessly. No one really has to struggle to make this happen, right? The breeze that flows, the bird that chirps, everything is so effortless. So nature's intelligence functions with effortless ease, carefreeness, harmony, and love. It does less and accomplishes more. So because it does less, it is in a state of non-doing. Non-doing means not inaction. Non-doing basically means you are not forcing yourself to do something. It's happening naturally. We tell he is a natural cricketer. Sachin Tendulkar is a natural cricketer. What does it mean? He does not have to do a lot of effort to hit a six. With a flick of the wrist, he will hit a six. He becomes a natural player. It's an effortless shot. So the players whom you love to watch are the ones who play effortlessly. Singers like Kishore Kumar, he didn't have to try hard to sing, right? Effortless singer, a natural gift. He just took the microphone and started singing, and it's melody all over. He didn't have to try hard for that. So anything in the nature that is natural is effortless. You do not have to try hard for it. So why we are trying to slog, why we are trying so hard to reach certain things or goals, try to make things happen according to our wish. By doing that, we are trying to control things. Change nature, the laws of nature. And once you try to change the laws of nature, you are getting resistance. And the resistance that you face, it takes a lot of energy to overcome that resistance. And you may not be able to overcome that as well, because it's nature. So understand one thing, flow with the nature and let your thoughts be in harmony with the nature. Now, when I'm telling that, what do I mean? What I mean is all those thoughts which leads to struggle, all those thoughts which make you slog hard, all those thoughts which makes you do things not effortlessly in a form of struggle, you can stop doing those things. Trust me, life will still move on. Least effort is expended when our actions are motivated by love, because nature is held together by the energy of love. So when you do things out of love, you do not really have to struggle hard, People give their life in love. The soldiers who are fighting in the borders, how they die so effortlessly. You and me, we are afraid of death. We are afraid to go out of our house, that corona is waiting. And if we get infected, what will happen? We will die. But these soldiers who are fighting in the border, these, Kshatriyas, the policemen who are standing and managing the traffic, it's not purely duty that they are doing. It's the love for the countrymen that gives them the motivation to, face the bullets in a border and die with a smile on their face. So out of love, even if you die, that death is effortless. So think, if death is effortless out of love, whatever you are doing, apart from dying, it can be effortless as well. You can do hundreds of things out of love effortlessly. Out of effortlessness, the freedom fighters came forward and gave freedom to the people of India. So all these things are done effortlessly. I don't think Mahatma Gandhi or Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose had to try too hard to do what they have done. They have done because they have done it for the love of the countrymen. And when they have done for the love of the countrymen, never in their minds the factor that I'm doing something, I have to struggle hard, I have to slog for it ever came. And that is the reason they were able to do so much. Harmony and love enable creative use of energy and easy achievement of our desires. So whenever we are in harmony with the nature and we have a love for things and people all around us, we can do things effortlessly. Now, how to practice this? Accept people, accept circumstances and events as they are in this moment. Remember, this moment is as it should be. No moment was more perfect than right now what is happening. Whatever is happening right now, whatever way it is happening right now, it is perfect. It cannot be better than this. So when you understand this, you become effortless. So by accepting the circumstance, by accepting the people, you are practicing effortlessness. Because the moment you do not accept, the moment you resist, you are not in an effortless way, moving in an effortless way, you are putting some effort. So moment you put effort, moment you resist whatever is happening right now, moment you do not accept whatever is happening right now, you are creating a lot of effort on your part, and that is not worth it. So accept whatever is happening, accept with folded hands that this is the best thing that could have happened right now, and experience it. Take responsibility for your situation without blaming anything or anyone, including yourself. Don't even blame yourself for anything that is happening. Don't blame God for what is happening. Don't blame the government. Don't blame China. Don't blame anyone. Right now, whatever is happening, you accept it. Yes, it is happening this way. And that is the way it is. And there are many things that has positive that has happened. I'm pretty sure that each one of you have experienced a lot of positivity in the corona as well during this COVID time. You have got the time to spend with your family you never spent before. You have got the time to do things you have never done before. The world has got the time to repair the depleted ozone layer. The migrating birds are coming back. The rivers are again flowing without any pollution. The weather has softened out. The intense heat of summer. I'm right now sitting in Malkapur, and in the month of May, I'm not experiencing the same heat which I experienced 2 years back. A lot of things are positive for sure. Not everything is negative. So whatever is happening, accept. Every problem is an opportunity to take this moment and transform it into a greater benefit. So if you accept whatever is happening right now, you are thankful to whatever is happening right now, you say, it's fine. You can go ahead and out of the love that you have for people, co-create with the nature, co-create a lot of things. During this lockdown, people have become entrepreneurs. People have become authors. People have become, they have started doing or chase a passion that they never thought of. Relinquish the need to defend your point of view and be open to all points of view. That's the problem. We always try to be right. We always want to win. But understand one thing, you get nothing out of winning. Your ego gets satisfied, but ego, what's that? It's not going to help you in any way, right? The moment you realize that you are nothing but a big zero, you are a big zero. Now I'm giving this thing entirely opposite to what I said. I said you are unlimited potentiality, right? Unlimited potential. At the same time, I'm telling you are a zero, and zero is an unlimited potential as well. You put zero next to anything, any figure, it gives a lot of weightage to that figure. So convert yourself to that zero, which can convert and give meaning to whatever it attaches to. A zero is such a figure that whatever you attach it with, whatever number you attach it with, it will amplify that figure. You attach it with the 5, 5 is there, you put 0, it becomes 50. Put another 0, it becomes 500. So similarly, if you are a 0, you attach yourself with a cause, you give meaning to the cause. But the moment you think that, yes, I am 1, so you cannot be unlimited in your nature, and you are limiting yourself, you are defining yourself, restricting yourself if you think that I am so and so. So if you think I am so and so, I'm my qualification, I'm my designation, I'm my, the monetary bank balance that I have, what you're doing is you are restricting your potentiality. So to practice the least effort, understand and be a 0. Be like that water. The water is something, you put a hand inside, it will easily go inside. You put that water in any cup, it will take the shape of the cup. But that water, when it is in full force, it can wash away dynasties and civilizations. So be like that water, unlimited potential. And the same water, which if harnessed properly, can give, give a lot of positivity, like electricity can be produced. And that electricity can give, the benefit to so many people. Now the 5th law, the law of intention and desire. Intention is desire without attachment to the outcome. By releasing our intentions and desires in the field of pure potentiality, we activate its infinite organizing power to work for us. Relinquish our attachment to the outcome. Expect our desires to be realized when the time is right. Let the universe handle the details. We all know, right? Karmanne vadhikaraste mahaphaleshu kadachana. What does it mean? That leave the results. Do not be focused on the result, because the result is the future. And whatever you are doing, your action is the present. So if you want to really, experience the power of now, be in now. Be in whatever you are doing right now. Focus on that. Do without the, thought of getting what you are expecting. This is called nishkama karma. Whenever you do nishkama karma, that karma gives you the highest result. The moment you do sakama karma, I want this, so I am doing this, then what happens? Your karma will not fetch you the results. It will not fetch you the results the way it will fetch you the result if you do it in a nishkama way. Result will be there for your karma anyway. But if you do nishkama karma, you do it for the benefit of people all around, benefit of humanity, benefit of the whole world, the whole universe. That karma will come back to you, and you will be getting whatever you desire. Because your desires will not be selfish desires anymore. Your desires and intentions will be intentions for the entire world. And when you do that, the nature reciprocates, the nature comes with you, the nature co-creates with you to create that wonderful world. So 5 steps in the law of intention and desire. The first one, you can harness the power of intention to fulfill your desire and dreams through the following 5 steps. The first one, center yourself in the silent space between thoughts, state of being. Different 2 thoughts are there. So silence yourself between 2 thoughts. It's a practice. You will not get it in the first go, but try to find out that small gap that exists between 2 consecutive thoughts that comes to your mind, that blankness, that emptiness. Try to be in that emptiness. And when you are in that emptiness, you are practicing the law of intention and desire. Second, release your intention and desires within the expectation that they will bloom when the season is right. So you leave it to the nature that, whatever you are desiring, whatever is your intention, that will come to light whenever the time is right. The right moment will make the right things happen. Have that faith. Be like that child who, asks for a chocolate from his father by holding the father's hand. And the child asks for the chocolate and chocolate and chocolate and does not know if the father has the money or not, or whether the father is going to, is going somewhere else or not, whatever he's thinking. He just asks that I want a chocolate. Focused on that. So when you ask for a chocolate repeatedly, and you have that faith that my father will give it to me, that means whatever your desire is, you feel that the God will give it to you. You have that absolute faith on God, and you you give everything to God in that way that you trust him, God is going to give it back to you. You need not feel logical. People get logical. If I ask from God that I want to create a business, how can God give me? I don't have a capital. The moment you go into a logical frame of mind, it will not happen. You have to be like that child, forget about the logic, and the child asks for the aeroplane. Father, I want an aeroplane, give it to me. Father, I want that big car, give it to me. Be like that child. And your Father will give it to you. The Father of the heaven will give it to you. Trust me. That is what a trust can do. So Bhakti Yoga is something that is trust by going beyond logic. Your logic restricts you. Your Bhakti or your trust, your faith, expands you. Third, keep your desires to yourself. Do not share them with anyone. So keep your desires to yourself. You do not tell others, 100 people, that whatever you desire. People will tell you all these are wrong things. People will tell you why you are wrong. Do not tell them your desire. Keep your desires and wishes and intentions to yourself. Relinquish your attachment to the outcome. So as I said, detach from the outcome. Keep doing. Keep working towards your desire. Keep going towards it. Do not always think that if I'm going to get it or not, will it come to me or not? Forget about that. Keep going. And then let the universe handle the details. Now I come to the sixth law, this practice of the law of intention and desire. What you need to do is, as I said, do not tell it to others. So what you can do, make a list of your intentions and desires. Look at the list before you're going to silence, sleep, and after waking in the morning. So make a list of things. This is your list of desires that you have. Write down one after another. If you want, you can paste pictures. You have to give a shape of an image. You give a shape of an image. But look at it before you go into silence, before you go into that state of between two thoughts, before you go to bed to sleep. Look at that desire of yours written on a notepad. And after waking up in the morning, look at, that desire. The first thing that you look at when you wake up in the morning is the mobile phone. It spoils your entire day. It has been said in Hinduism that when you wake up in the morning, do your palm like this and look at your palm. Look at your palm, because in your palm, there is Lakshmi, there is Saraswati. So keep that in mind, that it's a mythological saying, but what it is meant is, instead of looking at a mobile device or anything else, look at yourself. Look at your hand, okay? Look at your thoughts, observe your thoughts, and then look at your intentions, the notepad that you have created. Then release your desires to the field of pure potentiality, trusting it to handle all the details and bring you results when the time is right. Practice present moment awareness in all actions and refuse to allow obstacles from taking. There are 100 things which will tell you why this is not possible. There is one thing that will tell you why it is possible. And you follow that one thing. One thing why it is possible, follow that. Do not listen to the 100 things why that is telling why it is not possible. So your desires, your intentions, the intention of doing benefit for the entire universe, listen to it, believe in it, look at it periodically, every day. And then what happens? Nature gives that back to you as well. Sixth law is the law of detachment. Look at this person, there was this Chipko Andolan where people used to go and hold a tree and get attached to it. And this is what we really do, We get attached to things like this and we say the tree is not leaving us. But the fact is we are holding the tree like this. So whatever we do, we think that without us, things will not move. Without me, my house will not move. Without me, my school will not move. We are just big fools if we think that way. Without us, everything will move the way it is moving right now. Just if you do not understand this with a lot of, deeper thoughts, look at the school which you worked for earlier, left, and you have joined a new school. Is that school not functioning properly? Is that not happening? Everything is happening properly over there? Is there something stopped over there? No. Or you look at a family where someone has, passed away, the father or the mother. Aren't things happening in that family? Has that family stopped? Has that family stopped living? There is something like this, we say that moving on, everything has to move on. But what we do is we stop this moving on. We stop moving on by holding and clinging onto things, clinging onto our job, our roles, our everyday practices. We do not even give us the time to think who we really are. We do not give the time to practice these 7 laws of spirituality. Go into that state of being and realizing absolute potentiality. So the 6th law of detachment says the way to acquire anything in the world is to relinquish our attachment to it. We do not give up the intention or the desire. We give up only the attachment to the outcome. Anything we want can be achieved through detachment, because detachment comes from our unquestioning belief of the power of self. So when you have the unquestioning belief on the power of self, what will happen? You will not be attached to anything. You be like this entire world. They are not attached to anything. There is a tree, you cut off the tree, the nature does not complain, right? You put another tree over there, the nature does not complain as well. So understand this thing, that whatever is happening, nature accepts that and nature moves on. Nature moves on. Nature may react in a different way, which you and me may not like at times, but irrespective of what you do to the nature, it accepts. You bring a chair and put somewhere, it allows. You remove that chair, it allows. So it doesn't stop you from doing anything because it is detached to everything. Whatever is inside nature, nature is not attached to that as well. So be like nature. Do not be attached to anything or everything that you have in your life. The moment you practice the law of detachment, you get the benefit of everything. So practice the law of detachment involved. So practice detached involvement. Let go of your idea of how things should be. Be alert to the opportunity within every problem. Accept uncertainty as an essential part of your experience. Solutions will appear spontaneously. Remain open to all possibilities and enjoy every moment of your life. So when you are detached, when you are, just letting go everything, what will happen? You will be remaining open to all possibilities. And whenever you're open to all possibilities, the possibilities will happen to you. But if you're restricting the possibilities, you will not get the success or nothing will happen, good for you. So keep that in mind. So for good to happen, open up the possibilities. And to open up the possibilities, practice detachment. Moment you are attached with something, if you have something in your hand and you're holding it too tight, you cannot open your hand to receive something new. So to open your hand to receive something new, drop what you have in your hand and keep your hands vacant. Do not be attached. That is the key. And finally, we come to the 7th law, the law of dharma. According to the law of dharma, or purpose of life, we are spiritual beings who have taken the physical form to fulfill a purpose. It has 3 components. So understand, ladies and gentlemen, we are not humans on a spiritual journey. We are spiritual beings on a human journey. And everyone who is on this earth is for a purpose. And it has 3 components. The first one is each of us has to discover our true self. So self-discovery, enlightenment is the first step that you all have. You need to achieve. Gautam Buddha, sitting under that Bodhi tree, got enlightenment, left his kingdom in search of truth, and he became the Buddha. What is that? Discovering or realizing who you truly are. And for that, you have to sit and you have to close your eyes and be in silence. Be in silence does not mean stop talking. Be in silence means silence of the thoughts that disturb you as well. Second, each of us has a unique talent that no one else has. So realize what is the talent that you have. What is the talent that you are born in this earth with, that God has sent through you? You need to distribute that talent or gift to everyone else. You have come to distribute that gift. So identify the gift. If you have not identified the gift and died without identifying what gift you brought in, you are doing a great injustice to your entire life. So people realize that my gift is, I am here to make movies. I'm here to write books. I'm here to play cricket. I'm here to do something else, draw a picture. whatever, or I'm here to help people, realize their own potential. Some people think that is the gift they are born with. And the third one is we are here to serve our fellow beings with our talent so that we can experience the ecstasy and exaltation of our spirit. This is the goal of the goals. So understand that whatever, first is realize who you are. Second is realize that what you have come to the world with, what is the gift you have brought along with you. Identify the gift. And the third is use that gift for the benefit of others and help them realize their gifts. So this is the true dharma. Religion or dharma is not about only Hinduism, Islam, or Christianity. This is dharma, where you have the realization of who you truly are. Practicing the law of dharma, nurture the divinity within you, the spirit animating your body and mind by being consciousness of timeless being in the midst of time-bound experience. So experience that timeless being that you are amidst the time-bound experience that you have. It's timeless, you are timeless. You existed even before the world existed, and you're going to exist even after the world ceases to exist. You are that absolute consciousness, which is not the body, which is not the mind. So nurture that divinity in you. Understand the timeless potential that you have within you. Second, make a list of all your unique talents. Then list all the things you love to do while expressing these talents. So once you have identified your talents, then find out what are the different things you can do with those talents. Ask yourself daily, how can I help and how can I serve? Let your actions be according to the answers. Serve your fellow human being with love. Now, there is a difference between, a person. I'm just taking 4 to 5 minutes more, and then after that, I'll end it, right? So stay tuned for this because I'm telling something very, very important. Now, there is a difference between a spiritual being and a non-spiritual being. Do you know what it is? The difference is a spiritual person will close his eyes and he experiences peace within, a happiness and peace within. When he opens his eyes, he will ask, what can I do for you? On the other hand, one who is a non-spiritual person, he will close his eyes and his mind is full of disturbance. He cannot close his eyes. He is bound to open his eyes within 5 minutes or 2 minutes. And then when he opens his eyes, he asks, what can I get for myself? So that person asks, what can I do for you? This person asks, what can I get for myself? So that is the difference between a spiritual human being and a non-spiritual human being. Now in Gita, if we understand Gita, if there is one shloka that Sri Krishna told Arjuna, that is the entire philosophy of Gita, that is ma manusmara yuddhacha. What does it mean? Because when Arjuna said that I will not fight anymore, Krishna gave him the knowledge of everything. He made him enlightened. Now when Arjuna became enlightened, now he tells Krishna, I was earlier fighting the battle to get things for my brothers. But now that you have told me that I do not exist and there's no difference between me and you and Duryodhana, everyone is one spirit, then I do not have any reason to fight at all. Why should I fight myself who is standing the other side of the battlefield? So I right now don't want to do this. I want to get away from here and go to Himalayas and go for tapasya. Krishna said, no, this is also not spirituality. Spirituality is you remember in your mind, ma manusmara, you keep me in the back of your mind that yes, this is the real life, but you do your actions. Yuddhacha means cha means and. So you keep in your mind the theory of philosophy on the spirituality, but you keep fighting the battle because that is what you're supposed to do. So this is the practical life, ladies and gentlemen, that ma manusmara yuddhacha. So when you're fighting the battle, you're fighting, the practical life, lead the practical life, but your practical life will not have meaning without keeping that spiritual component in your mind, at the back of your mind. Ramakrishna Paramahansa said, it's like that child who holds the pole and revolves all around. You must have seen there is a game where there's a pole, the child holds the pole and keeps revolving in the air. And the child knows that if I leave the pole, I'm going to fly off in all directions. So our actions are like this, Spirituality is that pole that we should all hold it to. And then rotate. Whatever you are doing, if you keep doing, By holding that rod of spirituality, you will not deviate, you will not drift away. But if you leave that spirituality pole, you cannot justify your actions, you will drift away. So this is the law of practicing the dharma, understanding the divinity within you, and understanding and realizing the true potential. So epilogue, the last thing is, the 7 spiritual laws govern the actions of the universal mind, which choreographs everything in the universe. By practicing these laws, we can manifest anything we want. These are also spiritual laws of life. Everything in life is an expression of the plus unfolding of spirit. True success is to witness the unfolding of the divinity within us and experience every moment of life as miraculous expressions of divinity. Share everything with love and caring so that we create abundance and joy for one another. So with this, we come to the end of the 7 spiritual laws of success. Now we'll have a little bit of interaction if you want. So I hope you're all there and come back to life.
Yes, sir.
It was wonderful, really wonderful.
Excellent, sir.
Very nice.
Thank you very much, sir.
Wonderful session, sir. Wonderful
me, sir.
session.
Thank you so much, sir.
So I would recommend each one of you order this 7 spiritual laws of success.
Sanjeevani.
It's available on Flipkart. Probably one.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Who is it?
Sir, I would like to ask you the 6th law, the law of detachment.
Yes.
Yeah, sir, I could not understand properly. So is it possible for you to just...
Yeah, sure. Understand one thing very clearly, that detachment means what? Detachment means releasing, right? So releasing anything. Unless and until, as I said, if I'm holding this mobile phone in my hand, I'm attaching myself with the mobile phone. My hand is holding this. Can I get something new? If you tell me that I'm going to give you 1 lakh rupees, sir, take it. As long as I'm holding this mobile phone, will I be getting that 1 lakh rupee or will I be able to take it? No, I have to let it go to accept something new, right? So detachment is when you keep yourself free. Because if you get attached to something in particular, you are closing yourself for every other thing that is coming your way. So do not get attached to something in such a way that you stop seeing whatever is coming your way. That's the first thing. The second way of looking at detachment is that when you are too attached with the consequences, you are too bound with the outcome of the thing, you are only focusing on the result of the thing, then you cannot do the thing and enjoy that particular work in particular. So when you are doing a work in particular, you have to detach your thoughts from the outcome. So, people are going, they're going on the stage to speak. They are thinking, what will happen if I forget? What will happen if people do not clap? What will happen people if they bring me down from the stage? So if they think that or continuously attached with that thought, what will happen? Will they be able to deliver a wonderful speech? But when they are not thinking of anything else, they're focusing only on the speech, that come what may, I will do my work properly. Whether people like it or not, that is their problem. I will do my thing properly. He is attached only with whatever he is doing right now. Then he does not have the fear of losing. When fear of loss is not there, you can do things. That is what is detachment.
Thank you so much, sir.
And
Thank you so much, sir.
You need to practice that. Detachment is practiced by detaching yourself from every work. So 15 minutes meditation that we say. Why do we tell that? Because detach yourself for 15 minutes to start with. If you're not able to detach yourself for the 24 hours, even 15 minutes, then it is not worth it.
Yes.
Keep that in mind, detach. Then why we say do charity? Detach yourself from the wealth that you're holding. Do not attach, give to people. When you detach yourself from wealth, it will come to you. Why people go for a tirth yatra? Detach yourself from your family. Sannyas, sometimes people say that go to the forest, go to the ashram. Why? Detach yourself from your daily practices. If you are too bound with that, you cannot again experience life. So
yes,
your pattern. Every time we are getting caught in a pattern, unless you break your pattern, you detach from your pattern, you cannot experience life. And life is not a pattern that you and me have made up. Life is a pattern that is unpredictable. So be with that unpredictable.
Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much, sir.
Sir, thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. We
1
just
minute.
enjoyed the session, sir. And with your session, sir, we cannot afford. I mean, it has never happened. I've attended 2 to 3 sessions of yours. First was NEP. And then
Yes.
second, that gratitude one I had attended. And now this is the third one that I've attended. So it is so captivating, fully engrossed. Excellent, sir. And so many new things we have learned, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It was
Thank you so
really
much.
excellent. And yes,
So
we will definitely practice,
we will
sir,
look
for your efforts. So
forward,
much
sir.
you have taken. Thank you so much, sir.
Sir, we look forward such type of a webinars in future also, sir.
Absolutely.
So we are, sir, just a minute to keep our life balanced, sir. We need such type of the webinars. Since we were busy in preparing the result, sir, so we were attending some few webinars pertaining to our subject. So this is something out of that one. So it is really pertaining to our life also, sir.
Absolutely. This is the time, to pause and observe as well. We were moving in a fast flow. Stop, take a breath and look at yourself.
And as you told, sir, this pandemic also, it taught me so many things, sir. It is a positive impact on my life also, sir. I got so many times and I discovered myself putting some effort in writing few articles or few poems also, which I never did in my life, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Since I'm a math teacher, I was away from these poetics for till now. I wrote around 10 to 15 poems, sir, in Marathi language and English, sir.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Hello,
Yeah, hello.
sir.
Yes, who is
Myself,
this?
Priya Bansali, sir.
Yeah, Priya ma'am, tell me.
Sir, first of all, I would like to thank you so much. That was very motivational session. This is my second session. I'm going to carry many things of this session that you have told us here. But one thing I'm going to start from tomorrow only, sir, the example that you gave, that the ancient time, according to our Hindu mythologies and all, whenever we get up in the morning, just now the scenario is we used to see the mobile only, the first thing in our hand. So this is very good, sir. I will just share that my father, mother, even the mother-in-law mine, she does the same thing, whatever you have told. They don't see the mobile. They just see the palms of the hands and they start the day like that. So I am going to start with this from tomorrow itself only. This was
I'll
really
tell you one more thing,
motivational.
ma'am. There is a video on my YouTube channel. It's called Gratitude. You can even Google it up. Lotus Gratitude by Dr. Swarup Dutta.
Okay, sir.
See, there is a practice that I've told. Gratitude in the morning and the evening. You can do that as well. It's a wonderful practice for the morning activity. The Lotus of Gratitude by Dr. Swarup Dutta. You search it.
Yes, sir.
You'll get it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, so much. Thank you, sir, so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, everyone. So it was nice being with you.
Yes.
Thank you once again. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, everyone. And I'll be putting this in the YouTube. You can share this video with your loved ones and make them subscribe the channel, because I put a lot of videos in the channel from time to time. So small 5 minutes videos, or at times I put whenever it comes to my mind. So ones who are connected with the channel, they will be, getting those benefits of knowing things in bits and pieces also at times. So everyone have a great weekend. And
thank you, sir.
Make sure that you practice the 7 laws of success.
Thank you so much, sir.
Namaste. Bye-bye, everyone.
Namaste. Bye. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.